Hey guys, welcome back to LJ Woodworks. Today we're going to try to make a pen that doesn't suck. So we've got some Birdseye Maple. Hopefully you can see the bird's eyes. I'm not sure if that's going to come out on camera. We're going to go ahead and get started. Alright, we're going to start by squaring off the end of the blank. After that we're going to move the fence over so we can make a perfectly square pen blank. Just giving you a couple different views on how I do that and get it set up. After that, we just run it through, and we're going to cut several pen blanks here. Hey, look, the expensive push block. Now we're going to square the end of the blank. We're going to cut our first angle cut. This is at 45 degrees. Notice I did not cut all the way through the blank. So I've got these Craig setup blocks. Which look like that. All the different sizes. We know my table saw blade is 1/8 of an inch. So I'm going to take the 1/8. Put him in there behind the blade. Start moving it in till it just touches those teeth. Right there. Just to see how close we were, we are actually at 1/8. So that means my table saw blade must not be. Now sometimes when you're hand planing, you can lift up a little bit on the back edge. If that happens, you can use some tape it to the piece, take it to some sandpaper, and just do a quick little push-pull. And you'll get it down to size pretty quickly. Quick tip for you, if you're wondering why I didn't cut all the way through. You can imagine how hard that would be to clamp if this thing just slid once the glue was on there. So by leaving that piece not cut all the way off, it's much easier to clamp. Second thing, when you put your glue in, get yourself one of these little artist spatulas. General rule of thumb, put glue where you want it to be. Don't trust the glue to get there on its own. You'll have a lot better glue ups. Yeah, this you just use your finger. Much faster. Don't worry about the little gap back there. By the time it's a pen, it's going to be a lot smaller. That gap will be gone. Now here I'm just going to re-square up the blank, get nice flat sides, and get ready to make that next 45-degree cut. Which is nothing a quick bit of sanding won't fix. Now here I'm about to make what I consider to be a mistake. A friend of mine said he wondered what the Celtic knot would look like if it wasn't centered up. I prefer it centered. You'll have to let me know what you think. But I'm not a big fan of the offset. Now here I'm just setting up to drill the center hole for the brass insert. 7mm drill bit. And making sure I punch all the way through. Now I'm using some 80 grit to put some grooves in the brass insert so the CA glue has something to stick to. Well, once I get that CA glue in there, I typically will let it sit for about 20 minutes. This tool here, I believe, is called a pen reamer. It's just removing the wood to get it down to the brass insert. Now for the first one here, I went ahead and just used the skew to do the whole thing. It did take quite a bit longer. On the second one, I used the spindle roughing gouge. Probably took maybe 3 minutes total to do the second one. I should probably add that for this style pen, using the skew takes longer because you can't use your peeling cut where the knot is. You'll see me use the peeling cut here and a few to quickly knock down the lower half of the pen. Now, if you're wondering about the wrench, that was a 7/16. An older gentleman at Woodcraft told me when I was asking him about pen sizes, he said, find a pen you like and go out there and find whatever wrench fits it, and then use that to gauge your pens. So that's why I do that. The step 1 and step 2 that you're seeing here as a step 1 is a product from Australia. It's called by a company called Kustom Creations. It's called Kustom High Speed Polish. I like it, pretty good. Now we're going to switch to the spindle roughing gouge. As you're going to see, it is a lot faster. With the knot, though, I've kind of been hit or miss. Sometimes it'll tear out the cross-grain knot. So use at your own risk. And now we're going to get it assembled. So I use the Mills Craft pen kit, pen tool, I'm not even sure what it's called. It's available like Home Depot to put that together. So here's what I'm talking about. You can see the knot is at the lower portion of the upper piece. I'm not a fan. I like it being centered. Let me know what you think, but you're going to see them side by side here. One I did high, one I did low. I'm going to add in a picture of a couple I've done that were centered up, and just let me know which ones you like best. Alright guys, here they are next to a white oak and walnut. As you can see, that one is much more centered up. I do like that better. The next one you're going to see is both of them next to a white oak and Paduke. Again, let me know what you like best. And here we are at the end of the video, so if you like the video, go ahead and hit the thumb. Consider subscribing, and hope you all have a great day. Thanks much. Bye.